talking about the art during the time of Akhenaten, we need to talk about the art before the time of Akhenaten. We can see all the statues before Akhenaten, like this one for Thutmose III, which is without emotions in the face and very firm attitude and very solid because he presents himself as a god. So it has to be like that. And also we can see this face of Ramesses II, how it's brilliant when it comes to dimension and how it's precise. So we can make a guideline in the middle and we can see how the dimension to the left side and right side are equal together. And we can see how the art before the time of Akhenaten is perfect art. And it's art for presenting gods. Akhenaten then came with a different idea, so we can see how the statues of Akhenaten look very strange. He got very big hips and very big thighs, and how his face is very slim, and also how his body is not this gaudy form. And Akhenaten got different statue here which presents him naked, but at the same time he's not presenting any sexual organs in this statue, showing himself not a male either female. What Akhenaten was thinking about while he's presenting himself like that, and while he's presenting his daughter like that, and like presenting his wife like that, and why all the statues of Akhenaten and his family look very strange. It's not just about the way they look strange, but it's about animation as well. This one, the daughter of Akhenaten sitting on the lap of her mother, playing with the earring. Animation in the scene for the first time in the history of art, not just in Egypt but in the whole world, to see animation like that. And also here, this daughter playing with him. And we can see this jealous one trying to attract the attention of her mother away from the little daughter. So a lot of feelings, a lot of animations, a lot of movements which will make the scene more realistic and just like any house or any family nowadays. We got the same story in every single house. Akhenaten wanted the people to understand how his family and himself is just like the others, and how they got the same feelings between each other. He wants the people to feel how he is part of them. He is not an ivory tower away from them, how he is not a god, but he's just a human like the others. Even the statue presented himself not a male either female. He wanted to show how he is not taking the side of males, either the side of the female, but he's presenting everyone to the god. This is a brilliant idea of Akhenaten to attract the love and to attract the people believes to him. Back again to the strange looking of Akhenaten and his family. Some scholars talking about how they got foreign blood, because the grandparents of Akhenaten from the side of his mother, they were from Syria. So they are relating the strange looking to the foreign blood. Other scholars talking about Froehlich syndrome, which is a genetic problem causing that strange looking. And others talking about how it's artistic feature. Since the statues were made for Akhenaten before talking about monotheism and start calling for his new god, all the statues of Akhenaten and his wife were made in a very normal way. Look at this one. So he did not have those strange features at the beginning of his reign, but once he moved to Amarna, once he started talking about his new god and start changing the art, he started presenting himself in that strange way. That's why I believe Akhenaten used the art to convince the people about his belief, because he wanted to transfer his idea through the art. He wanted to tell the people how he's not perfect like those other kings, how he's not a god, and to make the people love him and to feel how he's part of their society by presenting himself not perfect. Those strange looking heads of the daughters of Akhenaten made some people, some YouTubers and many others, start talking about the alien thing and start talking about very funny things about how these families are not from Earth and how they are aliens. But actually, I believe in something else, and I believe you do not believe they were aliens. I believe it's something like many tribes in Africa till nowadays. They wrap the heads of their newborn children to grow in such way, because this will make them smarter and this will make them more intelligent, something like that. So it should be, at that time of Akhenaten, they were wrapping the heads of the children that way, could be to make the children of the royal family look differently than the others, or it could be just to receive the crown, because the crown of Akhenaten, and during the time of Amarna, it was a very strange looking a little bit and massive crown, so maybe they made the heads of the children growing that way to receive the crown later on. Or maybe it's just about the statues, just made the statues like that to be able to put the crown on the statue itself, but they were not like that in reality. So let's imagine together how Akhenaten looked like. Come to the head of Nefertiti, the wife of Akhenaten. This head was discovered in 1892 by Germans, and they have been found in the workshop of an ancient Egyptian, and it was covered completely with bubbles. And at the same time, the Germans found 300 pieces of clay. We call them the letters of Tunib. They are made out of clay and covered with the cuneiform language. The Germans made a deal with the Egyptians to choose between taking the head of Nefertiti or to take those 300 letters of Tunib. The Egyptians decided to take those letters of Tunib because they thought it would be a message behind them, and it would be important to learn about the era of Akhenaten by learning those messages. And then they gave this head of Nefertiti to be one of the most important masterpieces all over the world. And we kept those 300 letters of Tunib to translate them. And we got a message from those letters. Those letters have been sent from a city called Tunib in Syria, and they were asking the king for help, the king of Egypt, for help, as they are under attack and they are trying to get some Egyptian troops to defend them from these attacks. They sent so many messages trying to attract the attention of the Egyptian pharaoh to send them troops to defend them, but they got no reply. And message after the other, they start getting more disappointed, and even they start describing their conditions, saying, Tunib is going to cry, please help. And the other message saying, message after the other, and we are receiving no single word from the pharaoh, please help. And then later on, Tunib was completely defeated, we are crying, and it's your turn to cry later on, the enemy is heading to you. This shows how Akhenaten was losing control of his empire and how he did not pay any attention to his empire, which forced his mother to make a visit to her son in his new city. And after this visit, a very mysterious thing happened. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you support my channel by hitting the subscribe button, which is down there, and the bell as well, to receive notification about the new videos I will put on my channel. Thank you.